and each one trying to refine, but more smart, you know, much smarter than the other guy, and it didn't work. And at some point we came to this conclusion that we were going to part, and the film wasn't going to happen. And then we tried that thing, which was that was unthinkable. You know. I mean, film school is really good for that. Directors are egos on walking egos, right? And that's true when you're in the real world still. There's so much ego. We never thought we could actually edit in the same room, and do it together. But we tried that, and in 2 months we actually edited the film the way it is, and using distance that the other would bring, and with the editor. The editor was a 24-year-old girl. She was 23 when we started the project. And her main talent, I mean, she had the rhythm for editing, very good rhythm. She was a very good diplomat as well. So she made room for everybody, and actually that's how we managed to get it, together. And I really like the structure of this film. I could defend it in front of the panel, actually, I think. I mean, Brian would be tricky, probably. It was really tough to edit. It took us a long time also because there are so many layers and how to make sense of them, how to make the story grow, and to have resolutions for all the things that are open, And I think it's quite coherent, and we really finished it together with him, and that was a solution. So I guess you need a co-director, him, or an editor, maybe an editor probably.
Yeah, and I mean you're assuming that the question that is free and structured. Of course, it's structured. So, I mean, what would you say very briefly about the structure that you ended up with? Clearly, there's the episodic, following in a linear fashion the photographic projects of your father, interwoven with, etc. I mean, what would you say about the way it's structured?
Okay, there are several layers actually in the structure. The first layer is the one that I evoked, that was Sebastian's story. I mean, it's chronological, but we thematize it. How he becomes a photographer, how he learns how to travel, what sort of people that he meets, why he meets them, how the camera plays as a mediator between him and the people that he meets, and how this makes the meetings more meaningful, much more meaningful. People come at him as if it were a microphone. I think it was a microphone, his camera was a microphone, and so on. And then he finds, the purpose for his photography. At the same time, we had to explain the idea of the Terror Institute and why it was so important for him. And I was very lucky. I had shot, actually, before I came to film school, those images of my grandfather.
Yes, fantastic. So the Baron, the abandoned and the leak.
Yeah, it was lucky, sheer luck. I forgot about this actually, and that wasn't written. That's something we actually had a necessity of finding something to prepare the Terror Institute, and that surprise. And then I remembered about this footage, and it was spot on, it just worked perfectly. And what else we have there? I mean, we have the three voices. It was tricky as well. The main voice of the film is Sebastian's, and we really just come to give informations. The way that we conveyed information at the beginning, we could have found better maybe with another 6 months of editing. It's very old style, but we didn't find anything better to convey that much information. And really somehow we sacrificed at this point the style of the film to prepare the audience to be ready to follow Sebastian into this a journey, in those places that he went to, and to be able to learn from him. And in order to accept some things that are so hard and so strong, you really need to know your character and to trust him. So that's also why we structured it this way. And to make sense of all of that, we used black and white, color, different image tones. And the real trick thing was to do the sound edits as well, because those places where he goes are just his memories. And there are photos. We couldn't put the sounds, of the studio, or the sound that would imitate what was happening in those situations. We had to find another layer of sound that was going to be just phantasmagorical. And we were lucky enough to work with someone that's very, very talented, the music composer, the Montigon. He found at some point, it took us 6 months maybe to find out, but at some point he found the key, and he never lost it. And that makes a lot of